Another question po regarding lang po sa magiging presiding officer ng Senate. May nagsasuggest pong senador na dapat abogado. Actually according to Senator Ping Lacson, kung sakali raw pwede maging presiding officer si Senator Kiko Pangilinan at Chis Escudero. So tingin niyo po mas mabuti bang maging abogado ang presiding officer?
In all honesty, I don't see anything wrong about having a presiding officer who is a non-lawyer, like our acting SP, Win Gatchalian. Let us remember that the impeachment trial is not purely a legal process. It is sui generis. In one way, it is constitutional.
Bagay,
In
tama.
another way, it is administrative. And in another way as well, it is legal. What is important is for us to be able to ferret out the truth, no?
Yes.
Which means that the evidence must be given ample opportunity to be presented. And if we will always be challenged by rules on technicalities, rules on procedure, objections to the evidence which are being presented, it might defeat the purpose of this impeachment trial. Remember that what we are testing here is the fitness of the public official to continue holding office and not the criminal liability, not the civil liability. Diba? Ang sabi nga, after the decision on this impeachment trial, they can still be held liable for prosecution to whatever cases may be filed against them.
Last question na lang po from me. Yung regarding naman po dun sa additional evidence na inad natin, which is regarding sa undeclared property ni VP Sara. Before sinasabi natin na overwhelming na yung mga evidence na nakuha during the House Committee on Justice hearing, can we say ba na mas mabigat itong bagong ebidensya? That's why dinagdag natin itong evidence na to dun sa mga list of evidence against the Vice President.
I said a while ago that the reason why we added names to the list of witnesses, documents to the list of exhibits is because of the rule that witnesses and exhibits which are not included in the pretrial brief will not be allowed to be presented during the trial. So it's not a question of probative value or weight of the evidence. It is a question of inclusion of all the witnesses and evidence to make sure that we will be allowed to present them during the trial.
Yes.
Thank you, Isaiah. Next is Isa Bendaño Mali of DCBB.
Magandang hapon po, Is O'Malley po. First question lang po kasi nag-anunsyo na po yung Malacanang, inuutos na po ni President Marcos yung special session ng Congress on June 17. Yung House of Representatives po ba, may mga target pang gagawin or tatapusing mga trabaho? Thank you po.
Well, on yung ordinary committee hearings, ongoing pa naman eh. In fact, today, ang Committee on Education is holding a committee hearing. So tuloy-tuloy naman po yan. Since you ask about yung trabaho, we have already delivered out of the 50 LEDAC priorities we were able to pass on third and final reading, 20 plus. Almost 26. So half of the LEDAC priority. So if Malacanang request for a special session, we anticipate and we welcome that.
And kayo po sa part po ng House, hoping din po ba kayo na dun sa special session na yon, mapaplansya na po yung gusot sa Senado?
Well, as far as the House is concerned, we maintain our institutional respect to our co-equal branch. If that would be part of the issues that they need to settle in the Senate, that is entirely within the decision of the Senate. But I also would expect that since if for example, Malacanang, nag-receive na ba tayo? Wala pa nung issue, wala pa.
Ito yung nasa notice ng Malacanang
Okay.
dapat matapos. And Ryan, tapos na dito.
Yeah.
Transmitted.
Yun nga, well, sabi ko nga yung mga LEDAC priorities na tapos na out of the 26. So, tapos na po natin, na-transmit na po natin yung sa Senate, yung Anti-Political Dynasty, ICS Act, amendments to the Universal Access to Quality Tertiary Education. So, if there will be a special session, again, if we ask us dun sa Senate leadership issue, that's entirely for the Senate to decide. But we anticipate that they should take that opportunity to finally settle the issue on leadership.
Lead Prosecutor.
To your question, we can only hope and pray, no? But that is, of course, the prerogative and judgment that exclusively belongs to the Senate. We cannot meddle on the issues of their leadership, but we're hoping and pray that they will be able to fix it on the occasion of this special session.
Another pa po, no? Na-announce na po yung first batch ng private prosecutors. So when po namin maasahan yung second batch? At patuloy pa rin po ba, kasi may mga nagsasabi na dinadagsa kayo ng mga nag-a-apply, nag-audition na maging prosecutor. So yun po, kailan po namin maasahan yung second batch?
Totoo naman yun. The private prosecutors keep on coming to join the impeachment team. And we're happy about that because that is a validation that even private lawyers, mga abogado de campanilla, believe in the cause of the House of Representatives. They are joining us in our stand to protect and preserve and enforce this accountability mechanism, no? So to your question, kailan uli? Let us see this week kung pwede tayong mag-introduce ng next batch. But definitely, all of them will be introduced before we start our trial on July 6.
And last question na lang po, kumusta po kayo? Kasi po syempre, opo, kayo pong tatlo. Kasi po, syempre, matagal-tagal na rin nating pinag-uusapan tong impeachment. I'm sure may mga personal challenges din po kayong nararanasan. Pero kayo po, ano po yung siguro mabigat na hamon na naranasan nyo, pero tuloy pa rin ito pong susulong nyo ng impeachment? Thank you po.
The only challenge that I have is I do not have anymore the luxury of time of moving around my district. Dati kasi naiikutan ko lahat ng patay. Napupuntahan ko lahat ng okasyon. That I cannot do now because I need to focus to our preparation for this impeachment trial. Nonetheless, ako po'y nagpapasalamat sa lahat ng aking mga kababayan from Batangas 2nd District. Nagpaalam po ako sa kanila until this impeachment trial is concluded. And the reaction is very much positive. Nauunawaan po ng aking mga kababayan from Batangas 2nd District what accountability mechanism is all about, as well as the significance of the constitutional mandate for this impeachment process.
Mabuti naman. Salamat sa pangungumusta. Actually, I think I can speak for everyone here. The volume of attacks and misinformation that thrown our way, isa yun sa pinaka-challenging. But these are part of the strategy of those who are against accountability, those who are against our job to against the members of the House Prosecution Panel to exercise their duly mandated constitutional directive to proceed with the impeachment. These are part of their effort to probably silence us, to scare us away. But sa amin lang, ang sagot namin dyan ay mas tumatatag po ang aming loob. Dahil we stand in front, side by side, with the Constitution. This is a constitutional duty that we need to perform. So no matter the volume of fake news attacks against us, we will not be silenced, and we will continue on. We will soldier on.
Thank you very much for your concern. Mabuti naman po ako. It's actually very tiring for us, for the prosecutors, for the comms, for our talking heads, to be part of this whole process. Compared to our colleagues in Congress, hindi naman po sa panunumbat, no? But as prosecutors and the comms also, the talking heads have been studying actually nonstop since January when the impeachment complaints were filed, tuloy-tuloy po. And now even during weekends, we have to study as prosecutors. In fact, all bought the same material, same books, so that we could read all of them. Bumalik po kami sa law school, meron po kaming highlighters, nagbabasa po kami araw-araw. And that's what we've been doing lately. So, yes, nabawasan po ang oras namin sa distrito. Ako nabawasan ng konti ang pag-alaga ko ng aking one and only son, and hindi ko na natutukan ng kanyang lessons, lalo na nung towards the end of school, and ngayon start na naman. But, we always say that we're doing this for accountability for the country, and we know that we will all see it through. And kaya po ng lagi namin sinasabi, para po sa bayan nito.
Maraming salamat po.
Salamat, Isa. Susunod si Willie Delgado from PRTV.
Magandang hapon. No? During impeachment ni dating Pangulong Joseph Estrada, si Attorney Jose Flaminiano, ang naging trabaho niya, objection. May na-anticipate ba kayong ganito since hindi naman direktang sumagot sa mga articles si Vice President Sara Duterte? At kung meron man, hindi ho ba medyo mahihirapan since ang tatay yung presiding officer hindi abogado who can determine kung tama o hindi yung objections?
Kung ina-anticipate namin yung objections, definitely. Because that is part of the rules on presentation of evidence. Meron tayong rules on admissibility, competency, no? And these are grounds of objection. That is innate in every presentation of evidence now. To your question kung mahihirapan ho ba ang presiding officer who is a non-lawyer, that is the point. When I said earlier that this should be substance over technicalities because this is not a purely legal case. Therefore, dapat i-relax ang technicalities to pave way in ferreting out the truth. Because what is important in this trial is to be able to show kung ano ang totoong pangyayari which will guide our senator judges in deciding whether to convict or to acquit.
Doon po sa threshold, kung bababa yung numbers na magko-convict, makakasama din ho ba dyan yung mag-a-acquit, yung number na mag-a-acquit?
I think the constitutional provision is on the conviction only, no? So any occasion which will not result to 2/3 of all the members of the Senate should result to acquittal, regardless of the number. Regardless of the number, basta hindi mo maabot ang 2/3 of all the members of the Senate, regardless of how we interpret all, no? Basta hindi mo siya maabot, that is automatic acquittal.
Putik, no? Kailangan mabawasan pa yung mga senador. Kailangan mabawasan pa.
Aray ko.
Putik. Kailangan mabawasan pa talaga.
Alright, kaya kung siya, yung idea na gumamit siyang local dialect, kasama rin ho ba yung possible na idea na even dun sa mga may hearing impaired, isama rin para maintindihan nila?
I think we have to be more inclusive, diba? This is for the nation, this is for the people, this is for our country. So everyone, all sectors, not only language barrier, but even those who have difficulty expressing themselves through a spoken language, no? Yes.
One last point. Magpapatawag po yata ng special session ng Pangulong BBM sa June 17. Any comment? Any reaction?
Well, we understand that the purpose of the palace is to give opportunity to the Senate to finish the priority measures which Kong Zia mentioned already, the LEDAC measures, no? I can state for the record na itong lahat ng ito ay approve on third reading na, transmitted na ng House of Representatives to the Senate. So for that to be able to become laws by way of action of the executive or the president, dapat gumalaw din ang Senado. So that's what I read from the notice of the Office of the President about this special session to be held on June 17 now. Now with regards to the issue on leadership, this is just our opinion that sana they take advantage of that special session to address what needs to be addressed, to fix what needs to be fixed, no? And ultimately to have a duly elected Senate President.
Feeling ko naman, matutuloy ang impeachment kasi tawag dito, etong ano ni Cayetano, wala na po to. Matutuloy na yan. Ang problema natin, isa lang naman problema nito pag binoykot yan ng mga hayop na Duterte Black.
Aray ko.
Yan po ang posibilidad Yan po ang posibilidad pag binoykot nila yan. And pag binoykot po nila yan, putik, palayasin natin sila bilang senador.
Aray ko.
Diba? Palayasin po natin bilang senador mga hayop na yan.
Ilan po dito yung hostile witnesses? If you can provide us with...
By over 30, any number beyond 30. Malapit na, konti na lang. You will know.
Pero kung ilan po yung hostile, ma'am?
Ang hostile, you can anticipate already that this will be officials either from OVP or DepEd, no? I
Okay
think
na.
most of them you've seen already.
Si Mercado po, kasama po, Mercado, yung mga envelope girls. Yung mga binigyan ng envelope, kasama po. At saka yung sinabi ko sa inyo, yung isang owner na pinagbentahan ng bahay, binenta ng bahay si Sara Duterte na hindi niya dineklara patay.
In the inquiry in aid of legislation by the Committee on Good Government and Public Accountability, then presided by Chair Joel Chua back in the 19th Congress.
Okay. And then dun sa order of presentation, for soundbite purposes lang po, ano yung naging basis po ninyo for that order of presentation na nilagay po ninyo sa pre-trial brief?
Well, our consideration is one, is yung interest ng mga tao. That's one, di ba? Two, yung dami ng ebidensya. And three, yung significance sa ating national government.
But safe to say, hindi yung order na Article 1.
Not necessarily. Sa ating articles of impeachment, our Article 1 is confidential fund. Article 2 is unexplained wealth. Article 3 is bribery. And Article 4 is threat. Definitely, the presentation will be different.
Okay. And then, you mentioned kanina that the Avellino, the SC decision on the Avellino case should also apply in the threshold for a conviction. Will the prosecution make that motion before the impeachment?
We will have to talk about that, no? Hindi pa namin napag-usapan yan as a team, although I understand if when I am watching their interviews, it seems to me that the team shares the same opinion.
But are you open to it?
Yes, we can definitely discuss it among ourselves and perhaps come up with our one position with respect to the question on threshold for the purpose of conviction.
And then, ma'am, on the perception that posibleng mag-file na lang ng mga reklamo against senators who are perceived to be allies of the Vice President to lower the threshold, what can you say about that?
Ang alam ko, even before this impeachment trial, members of the then majority, now minority, really have issues concerning graft and corruption or plunder, no? So I do not subscribe to the belief that the reason why there are fighting of cases is because of the impeachment. Because the truth of the matter is, may kaso na sila bago pa ang impeachment na ito.
How about on the perception that the Avellino case refers to the legislative functions of the Senate, and this is impeachment trial, so sui generis, as we have always mentioned?
Well, if it will be considered as function of the Senate, which means it falls within the purview of their exclusive prerogative, it only means that it will be interpreted among themselves, whether the Avellino Doctrine will be applied as well in the threshold for the purpose of conviction, no? Dapat sila yun. Sila yung mag-resolve. The same way na itong issue of leadership ay hindi ginalaw ng Supreme Court because that is a doctrine of political question, no? But this is very significant, no? So kung hindi sila magkasundo, this is just my position. I hope na bigyan ng pagkakataon ng Supreme Court ma-enlighten ang Senado about that.
I think mayroon lang ako i-add doon, no? Kasi we're talking about quorum. I think ang naging isa sa magandang dulot ng pagiging House prosecution part ng Coms team is that I was started also to research, no? I think meron ng mga ruling ng Supreme Court, yung Halos-Hos versus People versus Halos-Hos. Yes, Trillanes versus although these are applicable on the Senate functioning as a legislative body, sinasabi doon they can propose actually but they cannot vote. But when it comes to the actual impeachment trial, let's again go back to the issue of the indispensability of the presence of a sitting senator judge. So yun ang premise namin. Paano ka huhusga sa isang bagay na hindi mo nakita, hindi mo narinig, hindi mo nahawakan, hindi mo actual na narinig sa mga testimonya ng mga witnesses, which again is not opposed to the Avellino Doctrine, which is not opposed to our position that the Senate has to be also functional, which is not also opposed to the issue that we are trying to brought out na ang Constitution, it has to go hand in hand with the experience of man.
Huli na lang po, did the prosecution receive any other communication from the Senate or from another faction of the Senate?
Except from the notice for pretrial conference, none yet. Wala pa po kaming nare-receive na iba.
Thank you po.
Thank you, Vivian. We will now recognize Gidea Bernardo of D8TV.
Follow-up lang po yun sa akin. Good afternoon po. During the conference last week po, we've mentioned that there is an overwhelming, they keep on coming, the private prosecutors po. Do we have a specific targeted number? Kung ilan lang po yung pwedeng sumama sa prosecution team? And if there is a specific number, how are we screening them? Do we screen them po ba?
Ideally, it should be identical to the number of the public prosecutors. Remember, we are 11, no? So ideally, 11 din yung private prosecutors. We have introduced 10 already. But certainly, those who will not be entering appearance before the impeachment court will still be part of the team because significant yung preparation before trial, no? So, to your question, kung paano ba ito dinidetermine? First and foremost, dapat they share the same position as ours, di ba? Second, dapat pro bono dahil walang pambayad ang mga public prosecutors. And third, of course, we consider the competence. And so far, from the first batch, nakita nyo naman, lahat abogado de campanilla ang private prosecutors who are joining the prosecution team.
Last na lang po. The next batch, will they be introduced before the trial July 6 po?
I am inclined to introduce all of them before we start the trial.
Thank you po.
Thank you, Judea. Thank you for waiting. Red Mendoza from Manila Times.
Hi po, good afternoon. Una po muna yung sa mga private prosecutors, hindi po ba lahat sila mga anti-Duterte? Mga galit kay Vic Sara? Kasi halos lahat sila puro mga galit kay
Aray ko.
Vice President Sara Duterte. What's your thoughts po sa mga private prosecutors na lahat po sila ay mga DDH or diehard Duterte haters?
Teka lang ha. Ito muna, isa nagtanong na media. Tandaan nyo po, meron din po sa prosecutor na congressman na abstain, na hindi po bumoto kay Sara. Di ba? Meron po congressman si Flores, hindi bumoto kay Sara, abstain yan.
We have said this before, and we will say it again. This impeachment trial is not about personalities. And I think the private prosecutors, beyond the personality, stand for accountability mechanism, no?
Yes.
Hindi ito tungkol kay Vice President. Tungkol ito sa accountability mechanism na dapat ipatupad whenever there are airing public officials.
Tama.
Pero sabi po kasi ni Attorney Kapunan sa introduction no press release na wag daw maniwala sa press release ni Vice President Sara Duterte o sa kahit na anong supporters po niya. Hindi po ba parang kinokontrol nyo ng prosecution yung narrative na dapat kayo lang ang pakinggan?
That's Attorney Kapunan's opinion. So she has a right to say whatever she wants to say.
Tama. Galing talaga tanong siya, More, no? Tama. Diba? Thank you, Ma'am Edna Angeles, Ma'am LB, shout out. Diba? Opinion yun ni Ma'am Kapunan eh. Ayaw niya kay Sara, magnanakaw eh. Tsaka wala naman problema kung anti-Sara lahat eh. Mas maganda nga yun para pil na pil. Aray ko. Diba? Ba't ka naman kakampi kay Sara? Oh, ba't ka naman kakampi kay Sara? Tignan niyo po yung mga senador kumakampi kay Sara. Kita mo, ano nangyari? Nagago yung Senado. Aray ko.
Pero do you share that opinion sa prosecution? Kasi she is part of the private prosecution panel na dapat wag makinig kay VP Sara or sa kanyang mga abogado or sa press release.
It is not the official stand of the House prosecution team. Neither would it be the official stand of the private prosecution team. It is spoken out by one member of the private prosecutor.
Yeah, personal opinion.
A personal opinion, which by the way, she's entitled to.
You know, we never said that we should not listen to Vice President Sara Duterte or to her lawyers. In fact, we have been wanting them to speak at the Committee on Justice hearings. Hindi ba ilang beses pong tinatawag ang pangalan niya, ilang beses po siyang inimbitahan, ilang beses pong hinihintay namin ang kanyang mga pahayag, ang kanyang ebidensya, ang kanyang sagot sa mga allegations sa kanya sa impeachment complaints. So, hindi po tama na sabihin na kinokontrol namin ang naratiba. Gusto lang po namin, in fact, gusto namin na sila ay magsalita. Ilabas natin ang aming ebidensya, ilabas nila ang kanilang ebidensya.
Pero ma'am, kasi po sinasabi po ng defense team na hindi po sila maglalabas ng ebidensya on the public space. They want to share the evidence sa loob ng impeachment trial sa loob ng Senate. Kaya hindi po sila nagpapatawag or madalang lang po sila magpatawag ng press conferences while sa House is...
Parang DDS to reporter na to, SMNI siguro to, SMNI.
Most the same na parang araw or parang may mga release almost every week about the Vice President and parang ang dating is the House prosecution is the one controlling the media narrative. Your thoughts po?
Una-una po, simula nung nag-convene ang impeachment court, wala po kaming nilalabas na ebidensya, wala po kaming sinasabi about the merits because as we have said, we're under sub judice. Now, kung gusto po nilang ilabas lamang sa korte, tama naman din po yun. Dahil sub judice nga, bawal po kami maglabas ng ebidensya, bawal po kami mag-discuss ng merito ng kaso ngayon. And in fact, to their statement that they will just release it at the court, then that's great because we expect them to state their case and to present their evidence if they have evidence.
Red, if they choose to remain silent about all of these things, that's their business. But they cannot dictate upon us not to inform the public of every development that is happening when it comes to the issue of impeachment because the public deserves to know. They deserve clarity and
Yes.
they deserve to see the evidence that will be presented in the open court.
Tsaka wala namang masama doon kung DDSA, kung diehard Duterte haters. O si attorney, nasasaktan lang po sila kay attorney Lorna Kapunan. Dahil si attorney Lorna Kapunan po ay talagang magaling. Dekalibreng lawyer, kaya nasasaktan ng mga DDS. Diba? Ang tanong dito, si Sara hindi nag-e-explain. Yun ang problema, yun ang dapat asikasuhin nyo. Diba?